And we should be live. Let me turn that off. Happy days. Let me do that. And let me just check my audios. And I'll be right with you for all things cross country. Happy days. Right, good evening everyone. How is everyone doing? Tonight we are going to be playing Train Simulator 6 once again. We're going to be doing something a little bit different tonight. We're going to be doing all things cross country. Now by that, what I mean is it's kind of going to be a bit like a end-to-end run across the country, because we've got voyages on the Riviera line. We've got them on Birmingham Cross City. We've got them on Birmingham Crewe, and we've got them on Manchester Airport Commuter. We also should, in my opinion, have them on 5 Circle. So there's 4 routes that we've got them in a timetable, and we're going to run from Plymouth all the way up to Manchester, obviously not including the bits in between, in a Voyager, because I think that sounds pretty cool, and it gives us around about 3 hours worth of gameplay. It was just a little idea I thought of today. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. We're going to start off with Riviera line. We're going to go from Plymouth to Exeter, and then I'm going to jump into Birmingham Cross City, do Bromsgrove to New Street. Then I'm going to jump into West Coast Mainline Birmingham Crewe, go from Birmingham to Crewe in a Voyager, and then we're going to do a service from hopefully like Wilmslow on the Manchester commuter route, but probably maybe Stockport through into Piccadilly, and then depending on what we like for time, we may do a free roam scenario on the 5 Circle, possibly. So how are we all going? How are we all doing tonight? I've got Hebu, Cryptic, Joshua Summers, RichyRail fan, Alex. Kelly, HS1, George, Sam, Sonic, East Anglia, Joshua Summers, Tech Geek Oil, how you doing? Apple with Twig, good evening. Just wondering, are you doing the cross country 170? We might do. I've put all things cross country. Realistically, I should do a 170, but when I've done all things cross country, I mean like all things across the country, as in like all things Voyager. Yeah, we'll do a 170 because theoretically the only route that a 170 could run on, cross country 170, would be Birmingham Cross City, so we'll do it. Santa Fe gameplay pack, yes, that is coming out next Thursday. Hopefully I should be able to showcase it from Wednesday. Have you had a good day? I have indeed had a good day. I've been doing some recording for Monday's video, and it's an exciting video. Just stay tuned. There's something, in my opinion, is quite big for me, because it's something I've never done before, but I'll leave it there. Hello, how you doing, Edinburgh South Eastern Railway? Hope you're doing well. Max the Bottle and Oscar Pastry are having a horrible race weekend. Oscar was alright. Antonelli on the front row though, yes please. I was on a 158 DMU on the Bentham line from Gargrave to Skipton, and then Gargrave to Dent. Unfortunately, I won't be on long, as Royal British Legion Festival of Remembrance is on at 9 PM. No worries. I'm live on Twitch if anyone wants to also join. Cheeky little bit of self-promo there. But yeah, feel free. We've got 30 people watching straight away. Hope you're doing absolutely splendid. You should do all the Avanti West Coast runs. I mean, that's an idea. I've got that as an idea, because obviously we've got, with Birmingham Crewe and got West Coast Mainline South. That is an idea for doing that. And then when Crewe Preston comes out, we could do like a Pendo service, in albeit the wrong era. So there's plans. I've got plenty plans. What route does the Voyager layer onto? So let's jump into the game, shall we? It layers into quite a few places, does the Voyagers. Bear in mind, this all got updated last week, so it's kind of basically a way of showcasing the Voyager updates, because I feel like they've kind of gone under the radar. So we've got, we'll start off where it came to, which was the Riviera line. So you can obviously see you've got it in the Riviera line there. And then we've also got the Birmingham Cross City now, which has them in the 170 timetable, as you can see. They're there, which is very cool. And then we've also got them in Birmingham Crewe, obviously, which makes sense. Where are they gone? There they are. There's loads of stuff on this route. What a fantastic route. And then we've also got them on Manchester Airport Commuter, if I've got that installed. I hope I've got that installed. I should have that. Oh yeah, there it is. And then we've also got them on here. There you go. Cool. There's also a lot more services. 700 services. Wow, that's a lot of services. I think most of them are coming from the Voyager. So yes, That's actually quite a big time. That's a lot bigger than what it was before. But yeah, and that's the routes that you'd have them on. And also technically Fife Circle, you would see them, but we don't see them on the timetable. So we're going to give if we have time, we'll give it a go. Hey Richie, it's Avanti West Coast fan. You probably don't remember me, but yeah, I changed my name, and the reason I haven't been in streams lately because I've been going through some stuff recently. Well, I do recognise the name, don't worry. YouTube's done this funny thing where it's only showing handles, which is a pain in the ass, to be honest. So some usernames I don't recognise. Zegov, how you doing? But I apologise. Yeah, I hope that all things are going well, and yeah, hopefully things are improving for you. I'm just going to very quickly share the stream in the places that I share it in. How you doing, Bob? And then I've just remembered I need to go and get my coffee from downstairs, so I'm going to go do that because I've left it in the kitchen like an absolute sausage. And then we're going to get onto the Riviera line and just get straight into it. I apologise, I'm a little bit late. Those of you that watch F1 will know why. Let me... Hey at everyone. I'm live. Well, hey. Put that in there. Cool. Lovely jubbly. Let's put that in there too. Happy days. And we'll pop it in there as well. We might as well. Cool. Excellent stuff. Right then, let me go and get my coffee and I'll be right with you. Right, let's get into it. Let's do it, shall we? So, let's see what services we can do. We're going to start on the Riviera line. I want to kind of do an early morning service and then see where we get to with the Manchester route, because I want to kind of do it as the day goes on. So let's have a little look, shall we? I wonder if there's a connecting service between Manchester and... Is there a service that does like the sort of full line? Let's have a little look. That's from Stockport. I think they're all from Stockport, aren't they? So I don't think that's going to matter all too much. Oh, Wilmslow. Oh, there's one to Wilmslow. Not one back from Wilmslow. That's a pain. No, there's none that go from... There's only one that goes to Wilmslow. Ah. Oh. That'll be one. And that also goes from New Street. Okay. I'm going to make a mental note of that one. 1H14. Okay, that's fine. Let me make a note of that because that's the last one we'll do. 1H14. Happy days. Right. I would go backwards. I mean, should we do that? What do you want to do? Do you want to go backwards? Do you want to go Manchester to... In fact, I'm going to ask this. I'm going to ask this in the poll. Do you want to do... Which way? Which way do you want to go? Do you want to go south to north? Or north to south? That is the all important question. North to south or south to north? Have you ever seen Laserjet? Take Geek Oil, I've met Laserjet. Decent bloke, actually. Good evening, Joseph, and good evening, Rex. How you doing? 1028. What time is that? What sort of time is that? Let's have a look. 1 0. Or was it 1 0? 1 8. 1028. Ah, hold on. What are you doing? Ah! But that's backwards. I'm wanting one that goes from Wilmslow. It's 50-50. 50-50. Someone saying go backwards. Have you ever seen this? Have you ever been to Skipton, Richie? There is quite a few good EMUs there. I haven't been to Skipton on a train. I have been to Skipton though before. What do you think of the Class 90 coming to the game? I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, we got a little insight to what's coming and what potential liveries we could see, which is quite cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a different freight loco, which is going to be quite cool as well. Do you think we'll ever get a 7:30 timetable now that Brum to Crewe is getting a 2025 timetable? Who knows? Anything could happen, I suppose. I suppose with the 8:05, by giving it a 2025 timetable, which is very cool, and I'm certainly going to look at that. It kind of gives it, a bit more playability. How you doing, cucumbers? Welcome to the stream. Evening, Richie. What a Grand Prix weekend this has been. Still got the race to go. Total domination by Lando and both Red Bulls out in Q1, and also Antonelli in P2 2 times in a row. Yes, please. Right, what we're saying? 20 votes. You want to go north to south? Okay. Yeah, I can do that. That's certainly fine by me. And it will end up on the Riviera line. But then, what happens if we have time to do? No, I won't push it. We'll do that. We'll do north to south. Does that sound like a plan? Right, we're on Manchester anyway, so let's do that early morning service. Birmingham New Street. Is there any early ones that do that? No, we'll go there. Found a secret Easter egg in Train Simulator 6 that if you do 1436 from Paignton to Manchester, you actually go into Dawlish Warren. Ah, do you know what I didn't realise? There's services that do Paignton to Manchester. Ooh. Now that's interesting. That's interesting. Do you know what? Actually, I'm thinking we're gonna have a change of plan here, because Manchester Piccadilly to Paignton. Hold on. So that one's 1v47. Does that carry over? Oh, I'm intrigued. We might have a change of plan here. 1v47. Let's have a look. 1v47. Oh, boo. Okay. But do we have a Paignton service? Let's have a look. Paignton. Oh, they're only going backwards. Okay. That squanders that plan. Okay, right. We're gonna start in Manchester, are we? Is that the plan? Where is that route gone? It's gone. Where's it gone? Hello, Manchester. Where's it gone? That's there. Right then, let's go backwards. Why not? Eh? That's what you want. So that's what we'll do. We'll go backwards. We'll do it on the 4th of July as well. Why not? America Day. He did one M61 Paignton to Manchester. Evening, Richie. I tried an 87 from Wilmslow to Piccadilly, but the loco refused to move. Have you tried driving the 87 on any other routes? Dear. Well, that might squander his plans. Are we at Stock? What are we doing at Stockport? Okay. That squanders his plans. Because we need to be in Piccadilly. Hold on. I might have done something wrong here. Mind if I join you on this mega journey? How when you say join, as in like join, like through, as in like you play your end? Where's the one that I saw? Ah, that's the one that's going backwards. Okay, hold on. Ah, there we go. Cross-country service to Wilmslow. There we go. We could do that one. We'll do that one. Works on other routes. I'm not sure. What service is it? I'll see if I can. I'll try and test it at some point towards the end of the stream. There we go. There we go. Right. Let's do this. Let's go on our mega journey across the country. Shall we? It's going to Bristol, so it's kind of the right way, I suppose. It's actually the first time giving a Voyager a go on the route. I've not played it yet. It's a glitch on the Manchester Airport commuter with a few Voyager services. Yeah, feel free to play on your end. I'll try and like keep the actual services we're doing kept up on the screen. Wait, I'm an idiot. I was looking at 1v47 thinking it went towards Manchester Piccadilly, but it didn't. So actually 1v43 we might be able to get a connecting service. So let me make a note of that. 1v43. Because then we could probably try and do the whole service. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can try and do. Obviously we'll have to change at Bristol, well not at Bristol, but we'll have to do a different service on the Riviera line. But we could realistically do the same head code all the way through to Bromsgrove. Bus, wait, Richie has got a bus. Wait, I've not got a bus. Any news on your bus? I'll be sitting out this part, but if you go to Crewe to Birmingham, I'll probably play along. Nice one. How do we do the Bristol bit? Well, this is the sort of thing we're gonna have to use as imagination. So we're just kind of we're signing different bits of the route, but it's kind of an attempt at connecting up. Obviously, once the route comes out, Crewe Preston, and obviously we've got a whole West Coast mainline section that we can do a good run of. But for now, we'll just do it this way. Let me just turn my game down a little bit because the Voyagers are a bit noisy. Go. Let's go Stockport. So we Stockport Wilmslow. Yeah, I thought so. Thought as much. Let's go. How you doing, Seb? Welcome to the stream. You'll pretend to be the conductor. Nice one.
This is a cross-country service to Bristol Temple Meads.
Here we go. First look at a Voyager on the Manchester route. It's mainly why I wanted to do this, because I've not done the runs yet. I haven't taken a look at them just yet. Nice and busy now though, isn't it? Do Voyagers not stop at Crewe? There is a few Crewe to Birmingham services with the Voyagers. The sound effects are terrible on the Voyager in this game. I think they're pretty good considering they couldn't really get reference for them. What are we? We're a 4-car. I think the Voyagers sound pretty decent. They're not 100%, but they're not bad. It doesn't sound like an EMU, does it? No, I don't own a bus. I don't know where this talk of a bus has come from, because I've never owned a bus. There was a crash with the Avanti West Coast the other day. Yeah, I saw it near Shap. Yeah, a bit of a horrendous week last week, wasn't it, for rail travel? I swear he did it. No, I don't own a bus. You're on something new, Joseph. Is that why my video has over 500 views because I drove it out of Manchester? Probably, yeah, because they're brand new. They've only just come into this route. They only came on last week. Do you have a video of the Voyager at Manchester Airport? No. Didn't you own a bus a few years ago? No. I don't know. Unless you're thinking that I'm Joe Dobson. Right, all the beans. Let's go. Do you know which head code we're doing for the Riviera line? I'm not actually too sure yet. I'll decide when we get there. Got Pendy there. Good old Pendy. Nice and busy now. 700 services on this route. Impressive. When I get more money, I'm thinking of getting either the Cross City route or the Great Western Express route, as they are both on sale on PlayStation. Now, this is where I'd normally say get the Cross City. However, if you was to get the Great Western Express, that's getting an update very soon. An overhaul. Todd 4 overhauled a lot. So, realistically, that's actually more value for money at the minute. Why don't you run on the same head code? We're going to certainly try and do that. That's why I've noted it. Was it you I saw in a Ferrari on the M62? Oh yeah, that was me. Apparently I own a Ferrari, a bus and a Punto. You have all the modern UK routes. I must have jumped at the hype at the right time. Yes! You're on it, straight away. Right, up to 90, well up to 75, but we can get up to 90 almost. You haven't done a bingo card for quite a while. Yeah, the bingo cards are all right, but they'll make a return. They will make a return. Get Great Western Express before the remaster. Yeah, 100%. So you can give it a go before and then after. Got 30 of you wonderful people watching. Hope you're all doing absolutely splendid. There is no date for the update yet. No, there isn't. It's in the. Is it in there further down the track? So probably early next year. How do you feel about Edwards being a traitor, but we won 2-1 against Birmingham? Oh, no idea. No idea. Ain't got a clue about football talk. Probably the 30th of November. You're excited for the Great Western Express remaster? Yeah, it's going to be cool. I can't wait. Do you think we'll get a late 90s route in the game? I don't know. The late 90s is a funny one because not really much happened. Whereas like in the 80s, it was like quite a big transition to what it is modern day. In the 90s, sure, things were transitioning. You know, you got HSTs that were going out of places, and the Voyagers started coming in early 2000s, and it's a bit of a weird time for sure. But I don't think we'll get any UK 90s routes. We do have a few German 90s routes, I believe. I think the upcoming Frankenbahn, that's set in 2000, isn't it? You can't wait for the 805. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. I was well chuffed that it's got a toasty maker on it. Have you heard any fireworks tonight? Yeah, I'm surprised you can't hear them right now. There is loads. In fact, as I say that, there is more going off. There's a plane going to the airport. There's absolutely loads going off near me. How you doing, West Mids? Welcome in. I'm ahead of you by 3 seconds, and I'm going to follow apart from the Crewe to Birmingham section, so I can't wait. Yeah, consider this a viewer's play along. Why not? You're excited for the North London line extension? Yeah, that looks good. Obviously, yeah, we had the roadmap in the past week. So, what's everyone's favourite thing from the roadmap? You'd love to see more GWR routes in the game because it becomes publicly owned. I mean, to say that 6 months ago we weren't ever going to have Great Western Railway as a another route, and now we've got the Riviera line. I think we're doing pretty well, to be honest. And obviously we're getting a GWE remastering up as well. So I think for Great Western Railway stock, we're having a good time. You were looking forward to the Arriva Trains Wales Pacer. I really like the look of the 150s in Arriva Trains Wales livery. That looks well cool. Class 90 is the favourite in the roadmap. Your favourite thing from the roadmap is pretty obvious. The Pacer, of course, it's the Pacer. You haven't looked at the roadmap? Yeah, there's a few interesting pieces on there. I think for me, the 805 looks exciting because it comes with a new timetable for West Coast Mainline South. But also, I'm quite looking forward to the Pacer timetable because that looks good.
This is Stockport. This is a cross-country service to Bristol Temple Meads. The next station...
Very good question. Faithing from the roadmap is the Southern Pack, the 805, 142 and the 90. Southern Pack I'm happy about. I think that looks good. I just want East Coast Way to be remastered. I think it would fit in so much better. Ah! Announcements here. See.
Calling at Crewe, Stafford, Wolverhampton, Birmingham New Street, Cheltenham Spa.
So obviously this service is going towards Crewe and Stafford and whatever else, so we can run it. Let's go.
Wilmslow. This is a cross-country service to Bristol Temple Meads.
Can't leave out the 805 and the 90. You want announcements for the 390? I mean, it's obviously something that Dovetail would need to retrofit into the train. Hopefully one day that happens. Who knows? Maybe the HST pack, depending on price. Yeah, I think East Coast Way remaster would really do the 171's proper justice. I agree as well. A TVL remaster. I think TVL remaster would have been good for this year with it being 200 years of railways. I think that was a really, really. If I were an actual like dev, or if I had any control over what was being released, I would say remaster TVL. It's 200 years of railways. That's massive for marketing, in my opinion, anyway. I don't know how I feel about Cargo Line Volume 5. Just because I liked Military, that were cool. That were a good pack, but yeah, I don't know. It's not the top of my list. You'd love to have the cross country HST in the game. Yeah, I agree. However, there's no way that you could really run it. I think they mainly did stuff at the East Coast Main Line. And also, we've only got one route really that's set in 2019. I mean, I know this is set in 2019, but obviously it doesn't really make much sense. They've added announcements onto the Northern 323. Yeah, I've not give it a go, but yeah, I know they've done that. It would have opened up possibilities. The only issue is with that though, by doing a remaster, I think they would have, if they would have remastered it, it would have been in its same era. I think that would have been no problem. Just obviously add paces and stuff onto the route. But if they were to do it modern day, the issue is there's no stock at the minute. You'd need a lot of diesel Northern stock, and you will also need TPE, both of which we don't have in the game. So it wouldn't really work from that point of view. As new stock, sure, but like to try and make like it a busy route, I can see why it didn't. Right, full beans, up to 100 mile an hour. Let's go. You looking forward to the Richmond extension? They said they are adding train faults and announcements. Yes, Johannes is doing a lot of work with that route, which is quite cool. Because obviously he worked a lot on Birmingham Crewe, so now he's working back on that, which is cool. Yeah, I agree. It'd be definitely cool. to see a TVL remaster. I think it'd be brilliant. You could run cross-country HSTs on the Riviera line. Would they have done that realistically then? But would they replace any existing services? That's the thing. How you doing, Seb? Welcome to the stream. I do this every time, but how many people have we got in? 6. 138. 138 plus. I think we're around about 9 or 10 away from 500 members in the Discord. I think it keeps teetering around there. Having announcements in the game now as a console player fits the last piece to the puzzle. Yeah, I agree. I think announcements are one of the best features, in my opinion. I'm not overly fussed by train faults. If I'm honest, I don't actually like train faults all that much. I thought they were cool when they got announced, but I'm not really fussed by them. I like random events, the speed things. They're quite cool. But yeah, I'm not overly fussed about train faults. But yeah, the announcements are a big deal, and they really do, they do really make the routes feel a lot more immersive. They need to remake the Bakerloo line and the Goblin line to include the Mile May line and all the rolling stock. But they don't need to redo the Bakerloo line because we already have a remade bit of Bakerloo line in West Coast Main Line South. The only bit they'd have to remaster is the underground section, which would be a bit pointless in my eyes because you don't see the upper ground until you get out of the tunnels. Goblin line, how would you say remake? Is in to include the free 7.8 on it? You'd love to see a modern day Spirit of Steam. Well, it's not modern day, but part of it is being overhauled in the sense that we're getting it into Crewe to Preston. HSTs were used to do Plymouth to Leeds services. They were based in Leeds. I didn't actually know that.
We are now approaching
Wilmslow.
Please mind the gap between the train
Wilmslow.
and take care when stepping down from the train.
Announcements are fantastic. Would love if they included how many carriages there were in first class. Yeah, there's definitely some enhancements to it. Same with guard mode. There's many enhancements they could do to that as well. Just simply because it'd be cool for it to say this service is formed of 3 carriages, on that sort of stuff as well. I agree, but I think the fundamentally the announcements are pretty good. I'm very happy with them. Right, happy days. That's Wilmslow. So what service are we again? 1v43. So that's fine. There was no Pride livery. Well, the issue is making a livery for a specific train. I don't think it's intentional that he's excluded it. It's just extra dev work, isn't it? And he's a solo developer. At least at the 378 of Gospel Oak. He might do as part of the update. Who knows? Right. Let's go to the main menu. And then let's do 1v43. Hopefully, from Crewe. That's 6:14, so I'm going to guess it's around about 6:30 in the morning. Something like that, anyway. We've got 1v43, look at that! Nice! Okay, happy days. Right, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to check. If that's 57 minutes, that's going to get us into New Street around about 10 to 8. So that would mean that hopefully 1v43 is not there. Oh, no. Ah. Boo. Is it there? It might be there. I might have missed it. Is there any Manchester? No. Ah, well. Ah, well. We were close enough. We were close enough, weren't we? But anyway, we'll go back into 1v43 on here. Why not? Because that's cool. I'm happy with that. We'll do it on the next day as well. Why not? I thought V were Victor. Are you doing that simulation guy? That simulator guy even? Welcome to the stream. 40 of you watching. Hope you're all doing absolutely splendid, by the way. Many names I recognise in the chat here. But if anyone's new, hop on board. Welcome to the stream. Right. Crewe to New Street time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Unlock them doors over there. Next stop is Stafford. So we Stafford, Wolverhampton. Yeah, straight through. Happy days. Cool. My lights aren't on. I can put them on. They need to extend the TSRs because they are so short. How can you drive the 37 out of Suffolk Jet Line? You can't. Still has quite a few bugs. Yeah, there's bugs in every game though, isn't there? There's bugs in every single game. There's a few bugs with the 350s that I've reported because they've been a bit annoying. I thought that was steam coming out the diesel fumes coming out the 350 though, and then I realised there was a 153 behind it. You could do a crew change at Birmingham. I could do, yeah. I fully could do maybe a Birmingham to... I'll see if there's any New Street to Penzance services. Plymouth services. Where is... V is Victor. I thought it was. Yeah, we'll do a crew change at Birmingham. We'll do a crew change into a 170. It's up to, I tell you what, I'm gonna ask, right? What do you want to do? What cross country? What cross country stock? What should we run on Birmingham Cross City? There we go. Should we do the cross country 170 or the Voyager?
The next station is
Stafford.
This is a cross-country service to Bristol Temple Meads.
You could do 1v60 on cross country and Riviera. That's the Aberdeen to Penzance service. Are they both on there? Definitely a 170 for a change. That's fine. I can do that. I've not got any objections to that one. Hello, Casual. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. For those of you that don't know who Casual is, first off, he's a fellow ambassador and YouTuber and TikTok person. But he's planning to do a long live stream tomorrow. So if you fancy joining in on that, then yeah, make sure to do so. Are you doing it? Where are you doing it? Where are you planning to do it? It's on both routes. Right then, let's full beans it. That's interesting. The 87 and the 86 have gone there. Where have they gone? Have they gone for anyone else, or is it just me? I thought you'd have a crew change and a 170 from New Street would add in that variety. That's a good idea, Rex. I like that idea. How do I stream to both? You need to use OBS to YouTube and your TikTok Studio to TikTok, which is what I was meant to do tonight, but I forgot. I need to do that at some point. I thought you would. Yeah, I like that idea. It's a good idea. Let's go on down here. What I'd do, casual, is open up a laptop so you can see the chat for both. That's what I'd do. How you doing, WLTE? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Just heard some more fireworks go off. Lovely stuff. No tilt. No, the Voyagers don't have tilt. The 220s don't anyway. Do you recommend getting the 220? 100%. Oh, 100%. Because, like, yeah, the sounds are a little bit off, but the actual model of the Voyager is stunning. Right, you really can't, you know, disregard how good it looks. It looks absolutely fantastic. But we've also got it on 4 routes now. You know, if you've got this and you've got the 170 back as well for Birmingham Cross City, you've got Riviera line, Manchester commuter, Birmingham Cross City and West Coast Main Line Birmingham to Crewe with Voyager services on it. You've also got the possibility of putting it onto 5 Circle in free roam. So there is a lot of playability with the Voyager now, and it's only been out for a couple of months. You know, if any future routes that would have Voyagers on them they'd have them. In fact, I think there may be some. There was a screenshot, wasn't there, of them going on to Great Western Express remastered. So you technically see them probably as depot moves at Reading as well. I have a question. I want to get the M3 add-on for Long Island Railroad, but I own the newer version. Will I still be able to purchase that? Will I still be able to use that EMU on that, or do I need to purchase the old Long Island Railroad? As far as I'm aware, it may be worth doing some research though. Unless anyone knows in the chat, I believe the Long Island Railroad M3 or whatever the DLC is. I know which one you're on about. It's the Bud one in it. I believe that should work on Long Island Railroad commuter, absolutely no problem. I have once, I believe, tried it where I've uninstalled Long Island Railroad and it comes on. So I would like to say yes, you can buy it and it should work, and it also doesn't have permanent safety systems, which is a win. So I would like to hazard a guess and say you'll be fine. But it's worth doing some research though. I can't have both going on the laptop at the same time though. You can have the YouTube chat and the TikTok chat going on at the same time. Easily. Just have 2 separate tabs open. You don't need to see your gameplay, you just need to see the chat. Do you actually need the deluxe edition to get the 220, or can you get it as a standalone DLC? You can get it as a standalone DLC. In my opinion, if you don't want the German or the US stuff, then it's not really much point getting the deluxe. Just get them standalone. Get Riviera and Voyager standalone. But you don't need to have the Riviera line to get the Voyager. I was going to say it makes it easier to play and stream on desktop and take care of the chat on laptop. Well, that's what I do. I've got the screen here. I would like to have a separate monitor so I could see everything that's going on the laptop on the chat, but it's just extra CPU for no reason. Like, I'll take a picture of my very basic setup. But that's what I see right now. Hold on, let me move that out of the way. But that's what I see right now. I'll put it in Discord. That's what I see. Hold on, let me, hold on. I'm just going to delete that and take a different picture because that's not very clear. Let me put that like that. Oh, we're going way too quick. Got a 350 over there. Let me draw that one. There we go. Try that one. That's better. You see a bit better what's going on there, but yeah, that's my setup. You can see I've got the game, and then I've also got the chat as well. My laptop can't run 2 videos at the same time. You don't. I'll call you tomorrow and we'll sort it, because you should be absolutely fine, I'd say, because you don't have to have the video playing. Like with YouTube, you won't need to have the video playing. Just pause it, but the chat should run absolutely fine. West Coast Main Line, Birmingham to Crewe, Manchester Airport commuter, and Riviera line. You can buy the 220 separately, but you will need the free starter pack of Train Sim World 6. Oh yes, free starter pack runs out on the 11th. Get it quick. It's on sale for £8, so I would like to use it on Long Island Railroad and not be limited to just Harlem Line. Yeah, it's a good bit of fun. I have both Long Island Railroad, but I don't have the M3. Can you suggest me an English route and train to play? I have everything. Do our Riviera line run with us later on. The Cal train branding still exists in Train Sim Worlds 1 to 5. Yeah, because the licensing's fine in that, I believe, anyway. The licensing will still be there in the older versions, because you technically can't buy the older versions anymore. You shouldn't be able to anyway, but the Train Sim World 6 version will now be the unbranded version, and that'll be the new version going forward. There are some DTG practices I don't like, for example, new title every year, but that's been a thing since the dawn of time. The 170 pack. That's what I think I said. What did I say? Will the 350s from this route layer into West Coast Main Line South if it gets a timetable with the 805? I think that's the plan. I'm not too sure though. You got deluxe edition. Time is running out. Grab it before it's gone. Get it before it's gone. You're a right salesman, you. You do business though. I didn't get free starter pack. I got deluxe. Ah, there you go. It's fine. Plus, it's free. Yes, it's absolutely free. And if you've not got it in time, then that's your own ad. Poo. The general consensus is that you want me to do a cross-country 170. And wait until the Riviera line goes on sale and then get that with the 220. I mean, you can get the 220 standalone. You can get the Voyager as it is. It's cool that you're playing on a PS4 controller. Yeah, it's only because. Whoa, 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 whoa! You see that then? Did you see that, or was it just me? I could have sworn I just saw. Hey, look at that! Where's that come from? Where's that going? I wonder if I can catch up to it. I've not spotted that before. Is that going up the line or is that going underneath? Where are you going? Quick, get to it. Get to it, quick. I want to know where that's going. That's cool that you can see other stuff. Ah, oh well. Let me go find that. Where's it gone? It's gone up here. Where's that off to? Oh, okay. What? Oh, that must be a bypass service. Interesting. Okay. Nice. You did business. I can be good at promoting things. No, I don't think that service was going anywhere near the Trent Valley. It's the other way. Yeah, but via Stoke. Yeah. We need to slow down a bit now. Yeah, I know. I see. Chill out. Chill out. Oh, fireworks. It would have been. It's such a shame that Stoke isn't in the game because we could have gone Stoke-on-Trent. Oh yeah, Stoke-on-Trent, historic town on the River Trent. It's a vibrant place of the great and the good. If you know, you know. Stoke-on-Trent, oh yeah, Stoke-on-Trent, historic town on the River Trent. I finally tried the London North Western Railway Class 730s. Are they any good? I do in fact know. Stoke-on-Trent will have to be in its own route. Hello Callum, welcome to the stream, hope you're doing well. Bang, pop, boom. I wonder if we'll get some more London Underground content. I don't think we'll get it from a first party, like from first party like Dovetail. We'll probably if we ever got more London Underground stuff, it'd probably be from a third party. But who knows? It'd be cool. I want to see more northern stuff though, in my opinion. I feel like the northern area of the UK is lacking modern traction. We've only got the Glossop line and the Manchester route. Obviously, I know that we've got Just Trains and stuff, but that's not modern. I want to see more modern stuff. Give me a route in around Leeds, please. I'd love to. Stoke to Stockport would be a bit of a random route though, wouldn't it? Right, we've got a 4-minute wait here, so whilst we've got to wait, I'm going to very quickly use this time to pop to the toilet, so I will be right back. Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Maybe a Mark III derived unit from the 769. You're hoping for a Northern 156 one day. Good, thanks. Did some train spotting at a station called Culham, in between Didcot and Oxford. Nice one. You'd like to the Calder Valley line. Oh yeah. How you doing, Paul? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. You've just woken up, have you? Are you prepping for your stream? I think you'll probably start streaming around about the same time I finish, so I'll redirect if I remember. Someone please remind me, because I'll feel bad otherwise. Very cool station is Stafford. Been to this station once or twice. It's an interesting station in Stafford. Stafford, obviously the capital of Staffordshire. Or Staffordshire, however you want to say it. You'd normally get off at Stafford and you'd walk through here and you'd go that way towards the town centre. If you have Train Sim World 2, it would be interesting if you did the old versus new on both South East and high speeds. I know it's 3 years late, but come on. I mean, I could do, yeah. I don't have Train Sim World 2 on the PC, so I'd have to do it on the PlayStation. But I could do. I certainly. That's an idea. It is. Do you know what? Funnily enough, it's actually on my list of video ideas. I've got a list. I won't show it for until not legal reasons. More because I want to keep my cards to my chest. But yeah, my list of video ideas is pretty long. I think I've got about 100 video ideas. That includes like first looks for certain Train Sim World content and other games. There's about 2 or 3 games that I am yet to make content for. Maybe 4 games that I need to start making content for that I've just not gotten around to yet. And that's ones that are already released. There's some games that are coming out which I'm reviewing. Which yeah, I've got a lot of ideas. If you have any ideas though, there is a video suggestion thread in my Discord server. If there's any ideas that you've got, I do pay attention to them. If prepping for my stream entails laying in bed watching this, then I'm prepping. Yeah, that's fine. That's preparation to me. I won't say what it is, Paul, but our discussion, I managed to sort it. Don't say what it is though, because I want to surprise people. But yeah, it's sorted. I got it working. You also tried the West Midlands Railway Class 730 on West Coast Main Line South. Saw some voyages and let IETs go past and some stopping 165 services. Nice one. You would like to see Manchester Piccadilly to Paignton. I don't think we would ever get that as a full route, but we do have the Exeter to Paignton bit, and we do have the Manchester to Wilmslow bit. Only 4. I've probably got more ideas, but 4 that I've actually bought and I'm ready to play. There is content on them. I normally start... I test out new content around Christmas, because that's when things go quiet, so... It was actually surprisingly quite easy to set up. I was watching your video on it. And yeah, I managed to sort of... I've changed mine a bit, but yeah. It's cool. It's a cool thing. For those that are intrigued, check out Monday's video. Something cool happening. Wonder which service you're going to do on the Riviera line. We'll see. I'm going to calculate it where when we get to Bromsgrove, I'm going to see what sort of time we'd realistically get down there. It's a penguin modifier. That's it. That's the one. Wind the clock back to the early 1990s on the Santa Fe gameplay pack. I'm surprised we've not seen Wesley in the chat. He's been asking about that for a long time. How you doing, Train Views? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Can I just ask, has anyone been able to figure out this handle issue on YouTube? Because on the Train Sim World stream, the handles weren't there, they were like actual YouTube names. Does anyone know how to fix that? You booting up Train Sim World 6 now might probably be the best if I jumped into the next service. More notch 8 uphill runs. Oh dear. It's fixed on Rex's, so I'm not sure. It's random. 1 year later, we are finally getting the Santa Fe gameplay pack. Now SimTrack Studios, where's the Class 104? If Wesley sees you on Train Simulator Driver stream and he saw you on his live stream, yeah, he'd have a meltdown. I don't know if I toggled a setting or anything. Maybe I should Google it. Google's my friend in this instance. Let me have a look. Oh no, it's an actual core thing. That's a pain. No, Rex, it's just I think it's on select channels. It is stream Blackpool branches, yes, and Cucumbers as a special, and had Cucumbers as a special guest. Ah, Cucumbers. We need to sort out our little idea, don't we? Yeah, for those of you that don't subscribe to Rex, we are really trying to get Rex to 500 subscribers. I want to do it. Let's get him there. All right, let's do this. Subscribe. Sub to Rex. I know most of you are probably already subbed, but get sub to Rex. Go on. You're playing a bit of Croydon. Oh, nice one. That were the other option for tonight, was Croydon. I weren't too sure what I wanted to do, and then I decided this at last minute. Beans! There's a lad on TikTok that I watch, and he constantly says beans. It's so funny. 42 left. Oh, come on. You're so close. So close. Oh yeah, I see you. I see your Voyager video. That's done quite well. I remember hitting my first 500. It's a good feeling. Yeah, it's quite a cool feeling when you hit 500 because it's like the halfway point to 1,000, and it's like, yeah, it gets quite real. But then you hit 1,000 and it's still pretty mind blowing. It's pretty mental. And our Train Simulator drivers on the road to 10,000. That's really exciting. I'm well chuffed for that happening. Just need about 40 people to subscribe. Just keep going. You know, short form. Some of your short form content's been quite good actually, so keep that up. I'm wanting to do more. I'm trying to increase the production quality of my videos. I'm trying to use new editing softwares and stuff. How you doing, Finola? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Nearly 1,500 in the last 45 days. Yeah, but it's the long-awaited growth spurt that I feel like has been very much deserved. So. Speaking of shorts, I hope you love a certain train you're driving right now, leaving the station somewhere in game. Ooh. My war across country has culminated into them telling me to go to them, and they're not going to engage further. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. Uh-oh. I feel like I've slightly triggered you with this stream. Speaking of shorts, I hope you love a certain train you're driving right now, leaving a station somewhere in game.
We are now approaching
A Voyager.
Wolverhampton.
Where could it be leaving?
Between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the
Is it somewhere in the game that it isn't in the timetable? You might start posting train content on my YouTube channel, because I have to post some clips from the train spotting I did. Yeah, go for it. If you're gonna be posting train clips, post them as shorts, because they'll do better. Your trains aren't cancelled. They are between Wilmslow and Crewe, Bromsgrove and Exeter St David's. I can't reveal more, but it's dropping tomorrow. Ooh, eye emojis. Can we get some eye emojis in the chat, please? Just had a couple of new subscribers. We're very close ourselves to 5.6, which is pretty awesome. Trains do better as shorts instead of long form videos, so that's what I've done. emojis, lovely stuff. First short I posted to my channel was a Class 37 pulling an Ellen WR 730 through Bentley in South Yorkshire. I think the first ever short I posted was a Great Northern 387, and it got like 4,000 views or something stupid like that, which was really random. I find that if you post short form content of trains in places they shouldn't be, they do better. For example, Train Simulator Driver posting a Class 805 at York. Very random for it to be there.
Bristol Parkway and Bristol Temple Meads.
Wolverhampton. Oh my goodness gracious me. Did you hear that? My goodness. I thought my days were numbered then. I found out recently from the cross-country driver that they commonly cancel a service and bring one out of the depot so they can list it as arriving at its destination. Ah, so that service that pulled into York probably didn't go all the way from Birmingham. You're going to do a full train spotting video and then post shorts of the best bits. Yeah, nice one. Catch you later, Jadu. Thank you very much for coming in. My short for 31 in Whitby blew up like crazy. Yes, I heard that was that firework. That was a firework, yeah. That were incredibly loud. We get quite a lot of them though. I have some ridiculous short views lately, like my short looking down into a steam engine cab from a bridge is nearly 1.5 million views. It's just so random, isn't it? The algorithm's so. I mean, for example, that video of me going into St Pancras, that has got a ridiculous amount of views, almost a million, I think. That's possible on the York arrival. I get it all the time where I live at this time of year. Do you not like fireworks? I'm planning on having a few days down in London soon, so I'm hoping to see some very interesting movements. I've got loads of footage from London. I need to start posting it. There's loads of footage I've got that I could actually do with posting. I just keep forgetting to. New JK's entered the service on the U-Bahn. I'm fine with fireworks, but not very close where I live and late at night. Yeah, I can imagine if, like, especially like when they're not right next door, they can make you jump. They don't bother me though. I like fireworks. How you doing, Haven? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. How's your arch nemesis Butlins? That's really not a funny joke, is it? Earlier on, I was watching a few episodes of Paddington Station 24/7. I'm hoping to go on my very first Avanti Evero soon. Might film it as a trip report or something. Yeah, do it. That reminds me, Ticking Off Trains. It's coming out soon. Episode 2, very soon. More than happy with them being done at a proper display where safety and risk assessments can be carried out. Yeah, you get nutters that just buy loads and set them off in their back garden. I can't comment because if they were cheaper, I would do the same. I quite like getting involved with Bonfire Night. I think it's quite exciting. But yeah, I get your point about proper displays. But even proper displays can go belly up. They, you know, fireworks, I mean, anything that's a big loud explosive isn't exactly going to be safe. So it's, you know, it's the risk of it, isn't it? I just find bonfire night a very, very interesting celebration, to be honest. I've never really quite got it. I also don't know why in Yorkshire pork pie and peas on bonfire night is a tradition. It's nice, but I don't understand why it's a tradition. When will the Great Western Express remaster be? No idea. It's in the further down the track section, so any time, probably early next year, I'm going to say. It's happening. You got to bear in mind as well with the Great Western. It's the same with the 5-circle sprinter timetable. It's the same with, you know, other things, right? With the Great Western Express remaster, it's a case that it's a personal project. So, you know, Dovetail Liam has probably been working on other stuff. So he's worked on it on the back burner. So that's why. It's not because it's taking long. It's just because it's a lower priority product. Fireworks are banned here. Oh, I didn't know that. Only in the Northern Territory. So if you like fireworks, I see you in the NT. I like that one. Yeah, I didn't know they were banned. I feel like it'd be a bit more difficult to ban fireworks here because of bonfire night being such a symbolic like time of year, especially now the government's a bit naff. Pork pies and peas you can have any time. Never heard of it traditionally eaten on bonfire night. Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know why, but it is. I'm gonna Google why it is. But yeah, when I first moved up here, Shan was like, "Do you want some pork pie and peas?" And I was like, "Why?" She's like, "It's a thing." Yeah, pork pie and peas with a little bit of mint sauce. It's a Yorkshire thing. Nice. My cat is scared of fireworks. They if there's a sudden loud bang, they're a bit like concerned. But if it's distant, it's okay. They're not fussed. Gonna drive a 390 on the West Coast Main Line South. Nice one. To be fair, our house is quite well insulated, so we don't actually hear it that much in the house. Only the ones that are there, but I have got my window open because it's a little bit warm. It's unseasonably warm at the minute. What will the new trains be on the Great Western Express remaster? I don't think there's any new trains coming to it. I think it's obviously stuff that's being unbranded, possibly. So I'm guessing things like... I think there's the one, isn't there the 165 that's coming through as unbranded? It's basically a 166 but shortened. I think the 387 from, Gatwick Express is coming across but being unbranded. You've got the 484 which is being the D stock which is unbranded. So there's new trains, let's say, but they're just unbranded. That's how they got banned here. Some little kid got blown up in, and for the children muffins came from everywhere and lobbied the government into the first steps of banning them. I used to be horrified of, like genuinely petrified, but probably because the chemo made my hearing more sensitive. I just like big lights. Not like I like flashing lights. So for me, I like fireworks that go boom and then sizzle. They're my favourites. And then if you've got the one that goes boom, boom, then sizzle. Ah, right up my street. You're going to go on an Evero from Chester to London. Still don't know why they specifically eat it on November 5th, though. No idea why. They just do. No worries, Paul. Enjoy your shower. Will it be on Great Western Express? What will be on Great Western Express? I think the 802s are going on to it, aren't they? The thing is, I've never really been fussed by fireworks because, well, in Birmingham, you always hear loud bangs, so it doesn't really make much difference to me. Anyone here been to London New Year's fireworks? No. Do you know what? Funnily enough, my plan. I were hoping one day to actually go to the 2019-2020 New Year's thing, because I thought, well, 2020 is a really cool year to do something like that. And I never did in the end. It was far too expensive. It was like 400 quid a ticket, and I thought I could just watch it on the BBC for free. And I know there was some mentions of it completely unrelated, but I know Rex will like this one. Did you watch the final to Celebrity Traitors? I didn't watch it, but I caught glimpses of it. You got to go now, so I'll see you on the next stream. Yeah, no worries. Just for your information, the next stream will be on Wednesday, and the plan is to do the Cajon Pass and the new Santa Fe gameplay pack. So that's going to be an interesting one, because I've never really done American Freight. I know a lot of you won't really be right bothered about that, but it's something I've never really done before, so I'm looking forward to giving that a go. So make sure to tune in on Wednesday night. That's certainly the plan. The unbranded trains, yeah, they'll be on Great Western Express. Yeah. Did you tick off the 805? I haven't yet. No. I know who won. Alan won it. I went 2018, 2019. Could have sworn my dad told me it was like a fiver with the conditions. Bad to be glued to the ticket screen. Oh, I love thunderstorms. Who doesn't like thunderstorms? Thunderstorms are better than fireworks. I would love to go storm chasing in America. I'd love to do it. Like chase tornadoes and stuff like that. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic. So Haven, there's an unbranded 165, unbranded 387, unbranded D stock, I think it is. And I think unbranded Heathrow Express as well. The 387s. A feature I would like on the 390s are the steps that fold in when the doors are closed and out when the doors open. They already do that. Oh, the feature you like, I was going to say, yeah, they already do that. I like Alan Carr, I think he's funny. Just had to edit the order of my trips. I've done so many video ideas and trips to film. Thunderstorms, yeah, now you're talking, yeah. Love thunderstorms. Haven, if you... So the 387s, the unbranded 387s will come across from Gatwick Express. The D stock will come from Island Line, because they're unbranded but they're layers. You won't get them for free if you don't already own them. The 165 will come with it, yes, because it's a shortened version of the 166. And I can't remember what else I said. But you'll only get them if you own the routes. Same with any other layer. The D78 did the district line. The short I posted has got 32 views. When did you post it? You posted it just now. Been getting routes, best getting routes for Great Western Express remaster, so that all the layers are present when it happens. Yes, 100%. sprint race at Brazil today was carnage. I know, yeah. Madness, wasn't it? Do you know what? The funny thing is, it annoys me a little bit. The sprint races always turn out to be better than the actual races. Which is annoying, because it makes it look like sprint races are good. And I don't really care. It's more racing, happy days. Also, the sprint race at the British Grand Prix next year, very happy about that because of circumstances that I find myself in. But, yeah, it's an interesting one because it makes sprint races look interesting and makes it look like they're good for the sport, when in actual fact it's just because they mess up and they don't have as much practice. But because they have a practice race essentially, then nothing really happens in the actual race. Posted it 14 minutes ago. Nice one. That's pretty decent actually. So my tip with short form content, by the way, for anyone, right, is that if you post any short form content, post it at the right time. Because it takes YouTube around about 4 to 6 hours to process the video and then send it out into its For You page, let's say. So your your YouTube Shorts will do not very well for the first couple of hours, and then depending on if it hits the main pages, it will suddenly spike in views at around the 4-hour mark. So by that, I say that because if you post a short around about, if you know what time people are going to be watching your content, so for example, the audience for this channel normally, tunes into my content around about 6 through to 8 o'clock, because that's when, people finish school, people finish work, all that sort of stuff. That's why I stream when I do, that's when I upload when I do. So I always end to upload a short then no later than 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, because come 7, 8 o'clock it's hit all the pages when all the people that are watching the channel, or who like the content on the channel, will be watching. So it's a really good tip that if you know when your audience is most viewed, and you can do that by looking on your YouTube analytics, really, really good thing to have a little look into if you're good with data. Look into it, and when you post content you'll see that it can do that, and if you do that quite often, YouTube's more likely to push your stuff. If I get the Great Western Express, will I get the remaster for free? Yes. It'll be a free update, similar to the 5 Sprinter timetable, similar to any other routes that, do you know that some routes recently have had like TOD 4 upgrades? You'll get it for free, no problem. That's why I say get it now whilst you can. I always check the audience times. I strangely post shorts at 10 AM, so by 4 PM it's on my For You page, ready for 6 PM watch traffic. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'd say 10 AM's a little bit too early, I think. I think maybe, because it's a UK audience, I'd say post it around about 12 to 2 PM. No later than 3 or 4. If I've got a short ready to go out, I normally try and post it during the day, between 12 and 2. 2's usually the sweet spot, to be honest. But what I will say, the caveat to that is, in the winter, if you post shorts earlier, they're going to hit the For You pages earlier, because it's winter, more people are staying inside, so they tend to be on their phones come 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Whereas in the summer, people are usually out having barbecues or whatever else and don't actually tune in to YouTube until later on in the evening, so you can get away with posting stuff a little later. YouTube things. Yeah, so Haven, I don't know. I don't understand what the questions are about. So I'm guessing. Are you concerned that you're not going to get the route for free? Because if you've got it, you'll get the route for free. You'll get the upgrade for free. Oh bloody hell! That's a random loud fireworks. Might get the Great Western Express whenever I get the money. Yes, it's on sale right now on PlayStation. So fill your boot. It's surprisingly not taken us that long to get to Birmingham from Manchester, Considering that the service started at 6, it took us an hour and a half. Like, in real time. Just had another new subscriber. We're very, very close to 5.6. We're 4 subscribers away from 5.6. So get sharing, peeps. If you own a DLC and you have actually bought it from the respective store and not from a disc, you'll see it on Train Sim World 6 and it will be free to download. Will you do before versus after video on the Cajon Pass of the original timetable and the Santa Fe timetable? I wasn't gonna, but I could do. In my opinion, doing a before versus after for Cajon Pass is a bit difficult because it's a different style of. So before versus after is like usually something that's been updated, or if it's like brand new, or oh my neck. There you go, there's some fireworks outside. Yeah, so it's something that's like the same era that's just been updated or whatever. But with Cajon Pass, it's a 90s timetable and a modern day timetable, so that doesn't really work, in my opinion anyway.
And Bristol Temple Meads.
Apologies, it's a very loud firework outside. Haven, you'll get Great Western Express remastered for free. Yes.
How do Plymouth do this?
Cool. That's a Voyager run. Get me to 5.6k views. Could you imagine 5,600 people watching this live stream at once? That'd be chaos. Right then. What's next? What's next? Let's have a ganders, eh? Let's have a little look. So, Cross City. What are we doing? Doing 170 or are we doing Voyager? A lot of you are saying 170. I'm intrigued though, because we were Bath Spa, Bristol Temple Meads. It's the wrong way around, isn't it? Oh well. Oh well. 170. Let's do it. Let's do the 170. At around about. That's Bromsgrove. What does the -5 do? Boom, bang. But we're going to shoot Bromsgrove. There you go. That's a good service. Let's do that one. If I get the Great Western Express, will I get the update on the free starter pack, or do I need the full game for the free update? If you get the Train Sim World 6 starter pack and then you install Great Western Express to the Train Sim World 6 version, you will get the update when it comes out for free. Right, happy days. Unlock all that. Cool. Happy days. And this is going to Cardiff. Oh, it means we've got to go to Cardiff now, though. I hope the Cardiff 170s. I hope that the cross country 170s go on to Cardiff in the Transport for Wales pack. That'd be cool. 170 is next. When will the Great Western Express remaster be out? No idea. I don't know. Surprised everyone run a 150. Yeah, it's fine. Boom, bang, kablamo. Nottingham to Cardiff, right? Yes, correct. Eagle-eyed. Fair play. Oh, I love this route. My beloved Birmingham Cross City. I feel like I've ditched it now with Birmingham Crewe. What a wonderful route. I'm so happy with the content that's in game at the minute. I feel like I'm hoping that Train Sim World 6 is going to be a strong edition of the game, because I feel like Train Sim World 5 was really, really strong. We had some fantastic releases in Train Sim World 5, so I'm hoping there's some good ones that have been announced for Train Sim World 6, but hopefully that anything that is unannounced is still pretty sick. Are you streaming on console or just using a controller on your PC? Using a controller on the PC. Hard to tell for me, but I didn't know you had an Xbox, let alone a controller for it. No, it's it's really, really confusing, right? Get this. So it's a PlayStation 4 controller on a PC. However, for some reason, Steam doesn't showcase PlayStation like buttons. So the buttons show up as Xbox controllers, Xbox icons. So it's saying to press A, which for me would be X. It's confusing, and it's taken me a little time to get accustomed to it. But yeah, I can see what you mean. But it's a PlayStation 4 controller. I do have a PS5 downstairs, but the PS5 is usually being used, and I'd much rather use a PS4. I've got a PS4, but I don't use it. So the PS5 controllers just stay downstairs. You think the Class 90 will be fun to drive? You can't wait for the Class 90. What controller do you use? At the minute I'm using a PS4 one. In some cases, that may be subject to change come next week. I won't say any more. Yeah, it's PS4. I've still got a PS4 somewhere. In fact, I think it's just underneath my bed, to be honest. Because I was using the PS4. I mean, like I said, I've kept the PS4 just kind of for sentimental reasons, really. But yeah, I was using the PS4 up until like 2022, 2023. So how you doing, Jack? Welcome to the stream. Also nice to see you, Rich. I would like to hope so, considering you coming to the stream. Do you have a PS5? I do indeed. I need to go now, so I hope you have. I hope to see you in the next stream. Thank you for coming in, Haven. And I hope I've cleared up your questions for Great Western Express Remaster. If you've got any questions when it actually comes to release, I will be streaming it and making content on it. Don't worry, there's plans for when it comes out. Turn off the Steam controller and the game should recognise a PS5 controller. It's a PS4 controller. Will that make a difference? I've still got a PS4 hooked up to the TV. Reminds me to put the starter pack on it. Oh yes, don't forget to do that. I'm getting a PS5 for Christmas, and I'm currently playing on a PS4. I can't wait to see Train Sim World in a new light and much smoother gameplay. Do you know what? Honestly, there's such a massive difference when you go onto a PS5. Massive difference. So yeah, 100%. You know, when I went from a PS4 to a PS5, I remember on the PS4 I tried loading into Brighton Mainline and it took me easily 5 minutes to load in. PS5 2 seconds. It was great, absolutely fantastic. So you'll see a massive increase. Will you do a before versus after for the Great Western Express Remaster? Oh yeah, oh yeah. There is plenty of ideas. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I've got more ideas than I've got time to actually make the content. I left my PS4 last year. PS4 is rubbish with Train Sim World at the minute anyways. Yeah, the last edition I played would have been Train Sim World 4. No, Train Sim World 3. But I did try playing Blackpool Branches on the PS4 and it did not like it. So, yeah. How you doing, Mr. Tato? Welcome to the stream. You've just joined. How's everyone going? I think everyone is good. Sorry to hear that, Jack. I hope I send my condolences. Please join Train Simulator Driver's stream tonight. And you know what? Just because you've asked me to, I'm not gonna. So now when I don't join Paul's stream, Paul, you can blame Kelly for that one. I'm joking, of course. What time are you starting? As in, like, time as in actual time, like 30 minutes, half an hour? There's so much stuff going into Great Western Express, I'm concerned it'll need a reduced timetable. It probably would do, but the fun thing is that, you know, we could have a big timetable for it, but like we've got stock, and if it weren't there, people will say, well, where's the stock? So it's kind of like, yeah, I think it's fine if they do a reduced timetable, because then people will complain that there isn't a full timetable. Sometimes when I drive the Pendolino on the West Coast Main Line south, sometimes it crashes and sometimes it doesn't. 28 minutes from now. Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll have a slight run over, because I'm gonna do it until I finish Riviera. So I think I'll probably send people across in around about an hour's time. Odd question, out of curiosity, do you listen to music whenever you're driving a train in Train Sim World? No, I don't, because I like to listen to the train and I like to be in it, if you know what I mean. I did before I started making content, and I used to just play Train Sim World casually. Me and Shan, so Shan would like watch something on the telly, because we used to have it set up where she'd have like a laptop or whatever, and she'd watch a show, and then obviously I'd just chill and play the game. We still do that sometimes, but I find this game quite difficult to listen to music at the same time. Whereas things like Euro Truck, I listen to music. American Truck, I listen to music. Things like that I do. Hopefully we'll get another tube line in the game. Well, all I can say is there's a forum suggestion on the there's a suggestions forum on the forums, so go and put your thoughts on what you'd want to see. I remember we talked about it once, a new tube line, and I can't remember what the tube line was now. I'm very, very bad with them, but I thought it were a really, really good idea. Which one was it now? It was the one that went to... Which one was it now? Was it It was the Hammersmith one, I think. Might have been the Hammersmith in the City, possibly. I think that'd be a really good one, to be honest. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Jack, mate. It's never nice when you lose someone, especially when it's a family member. So yeah, my thoughts are with you, and I appreciate everyone in chat sending their kind words. It's never nice, but hopefully being in the stream can take your mind off it as much as it can do, and yeah, I know it's hard losing someone, and trust me, you know, many years on from losing someone very close to me, it still affects me, especially this time of year, because that's when I lost them. So I fully get it. Don't you worry. You're going up the Licky Incline in a 170. See you when GTA 6 comes out. It'll never come out. But you know what the issue is with GTA 6? There's loads of strikes outside Rockstar's offices. I feel like the game's going to get pulled. Metropolitan Line makes the most sense to me. I find it at least in this stream, we're sending condolences and thoughts. If any of you have ever watched Mark Goldbridge, I think someone once said to him that he's like their nan died, and then he just went 2-1 to Brentford or something like that, and it became a meme. GTA 6, yeah, if it comes out, I'll be very surprised. I really appreciate the comments, peeps. I filmed train spotting vlogs around my area, and I filmed an air show vlog as well. Soon we'll probably have some gaming videos. Yeah, just do what you enjoy. That's what I say. You have to be 18 to play GTA 6. Well, unfortunately, I surpassed that quite a bit. You're looking forward to the season of reveals. Have they said they're doing a season of reveals? I don't know. I don't think there's going to be anything like that this year. There might be. I don't know. GTA 6 will come out when I get a job as a train driver, which will be never, as I'm colourblind. Hey, what? You can't become a train driver because you're colourblind. Oh, yeah, of course. You know, I've just clocked on as to why you'd need to see colours. Oh dear. Yeah. Sorry, that's a really dumb thing for me to say. You're gonna put the Voyager on the Bakerloo line. I feel really dumb after saying that. Yeah, it isn't like nice. It isn't nice losing any family member, especially a granddad. I lost a granddad earlier on this year. I also lost my. Oh, hold on. Is this a Voyager? Oh, look at this. Sorry, just a quick side note. Voyager, nice. Yeah, I lost a granddad earlier on this year, and I lost my first granddad 2 years back, which actually was. That one was. They were both difficult, but that one was quite difficult because, yeah. Swiftly moving on. You're going to put the Voyager on the Holiday Express Runaway Elf. Oh dear. It's that time of year again, is it? Runaway Elf. Do you think they will ever upgrade the Glossop timetable to add the Avanti West Coast and London North Western stock? Nope. I don't think so. I don't see the point. The thing is, right, timetable updates only happen if a new piece of content is coming, or if there's a viable reason to do it. In the sense that, like, the timetable update to Birmingham Cross City was to bring in the 170s. The timetable update to things like, hello, this is cool. The timetable update to Cathcart Circle was for the 380s. So I don't see what the only thing I could see they would do is if they were to bring in to update Glossop line to have the proposed 350-2s in Northern livery, which is apparently a thing. So yeah, it's I don't see them updating Glossop line, because it means they'd have to make a whole new timetable, because the way that timetables work, once they're built you can't retrofit stuff into them. That's why you have to have new timetables for things like the 170s and whatever else. However, in some instances, like for example the Voyagers coming onto the Cross City line, the reason the Voyagers come into this is because they were put in prior to release, so they were able to recognise them. Same with Manchester Airport Commuter. So like if there's a piece of stock that's coming soon, that can have them in the timetable, they can be built in if it exists as a model, and obviously it just takes it for it to release and for it to come in. How much longer are you streaming for? We're doing the rest of this run, and then we're going to do a Riviera run, and then I'm going to call it a night. But then I'm going to redirect you all to Paul's stream, who's doing some Subway Sim. Maybe with a Northern 331 or a 195. I mean, they could do, but I just don't see what they could bring onto it to make it viable. Because it'll essentially be the same services. I don't feel like... I know Glossop Line's quiet, but I kind of just see why it is how it is. Yeah, I don't really see much point. Northern 156, yes please. Your preference to train sim world gameplay is modern rolling stock and present day set routes. Yeah, I think that's the general consensus, to be honest. That's why they don't make many Steam routes anymore. What's your thoughts on the WDTX 1402? I don't know what that is, so I couldn't tell you. It's had so many updates. Do you know what I'm thinking of doing? I'm thinking of doing a play along with you. I'm thinking of playing Subway Sim on the PlayStation at the same time. Because I've not played it for a long time either. I saw the 350-2s unbranded. Your preference is 1980s, but I do like some modern day stuff. My preference is modern as well, because it's what's familiar to me. But I think everyone's preference is modern. It's up to you lot, peeps, what you do. You know, if you guys want to go watch Paul's stream, I won't be offended. What I love about this community is that we can share streams and people could go in between streams and all that sort of stuff. I'm you know, very happy about that, and I don't get upset if someone chooses to watch someone else over me or anything like that. For example, me and Tintin pretty much stream at the exact same time as each other, and if you want to go watch his stuff over mine, fine. I don't have any issues with that. I appreciate that people are here in the first place, so I don't have any qualms. Oh, I might have to hold you to that. I'll let you know. I'll drop you a message. It'd be cool. We could do a viewers play along, but on Subway Sim 2. As hopefully my PlayStation doesn't melt down. You're proud to be a Train Sim World player. I like that we share, but I also find it funny when certain people say stuff about other streamers in other people's chats. So, for example, I think someone once said in Tintin's chat about me, or something like, they said something about me anyway, and basically said that. I think they said that. I think they said something on the lines that Tintin wasn't as good as me or something like that. And then, yeah, I saw the comment. I was like, that's a bit rude, isn't it? I always send people off to either your streams, Richie's, Paul's, Traversals, or Hentis's. Is Tsunami Line standard gauge or narrow? I think it's standard, isn't it? If you don't mind, I could link others who are streaming now and put it in chat. I mean, you can't put links in the chat. Only moderators can put links in the chat. But if you want to share other people's content, feel free to put something in the Discord server. I'm all for sharing people's content. Lovely. Happy days. Cool. Oh, a good little service. I enjoyed that. Hey, as aside, this community is a really nice congregated community, and And I'm glad people share their personal thoughts and get heartfelt messages back. It gives me hope in the gaming industry. Yeah, you know, it all very much depends. Because people in this chat, for example, are a prime example of people being really, really nice. But then you've got instances where, you know, people in like the forums and stuff will just completely slate everything. So it's kind of like swings and roundabouts. Anyway, Riviera, let's do it. So what time was my service that finished? Let's have a little look. My service finished at 7:48. So how long would it realistically take to get to Exeter from Birmingham if you were to do it? Hold on. Train. Hold on. What is the train travel time between Birmingham New Street and Exeter St David's by train? Said that twice.
Traffic from Birmingham New Street to Exeter St David's, so it'll take about 12 hours.
12 hours? Are you taking the mick? 2 hours 22 minutes. Really? It take 2 hours. We've already done, apparently it takes 2 hours. So if you was to get on a service at 9:30, you'd get on at Exeter St David's at 11 o'clock. That's fine, I suppose. I suppose we could do that. So what time? We would have left about 7:30, so 2.5 hours is 9:30-ish. That's actually quite quick, you know. That's the wrong route. Riviera line. So what we're looking at, about 11 o'clock. Manchester Piccadilly to that's to Paynton. I don't want to do that. York to Plymouth. That's about right, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that one. I'm happy with that. I don't know why I'm doing it so. You doing a West Cornwall local run? Chocky Transport has made a scenario that allows you to drive a Voyager on the West Cornwall local. I hadn't thought about that. I don't actually have the West Cornwall local DLC on the PC. Otherwise, that is a really good idea. I'm actually a little bit annoyed that I've not thought of that. That's a really, really good idea. Leave it with me. That's an idea for a future stream. That's actually a brilliant idea. I'm actually a little bit fuming. I'm actually a little bit annoyed at myself. I didn't even think about that. Let me. What are you doing here? East Midlands trains. What's wrong? This isn't Derby. Right. Anyway, going to Plymouth. One of the things I've never liked is how people often reviewers act like it's a crime against humanity, like something because it has a bug. How do you mean? Sorry. People are nice in our chats because we ask them to be and don't put up with the hate. For some people, it really bugs them. For some people, bugs really get to them. One of my viewers is so off put by the blurry textures he doesn't play anymore. Sometimes bugs can have a major impact on a person. Yeah, and that's where I have this opinion of, like, for me, I play this game because I want to drive a train. I don't play it because, you know, the liveries, the trains, the routes are a bonus. But I like the fact that I can drive a train. It helps that it's routes I'm familiar with, i.e. Subway Sim is routes I'm not familiar with, so I don't play it as much. But Train Sim World is obviously Birmingham Cross City, I know, and whatever else. So I think that certainly helps. I think also what helps is it's on console. Intercity 125 is the best British high-speed train. Birmingham to Exeter is a bit of a trek. Apparently only takes 2 hours. Good evening, Jason. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. How's life in sunny Lancashire? Is it Lancashire you're in? I think it is technically. Let's go to Newton Abbot. Are we Newton Abbot, Totnes, and into Plymouth? Happy days. Happy days. Should we do some safety systems as well?
The next station is Newton Abbot. This is a cross-country service to Plymouth.
Why does that not work? Is that the wrong one? It is the wrong one. Hold on. Here we go. There is. I'm fine with bugs. I have texture bugs on Birmingham to Crewe, but I still play it as the route is absolutely fantastic. There is no place for hate, but for constructive criticism, there is a place as companies like Dovetail make products and routes expecting them to take you on you, but I can see how hard the teams work. I mean, like, a bug is in the game, and it's fair to not like that, but should suddenly I'm a terrible person and a Dovetail shill because I like the route. Well, exactly. And being an ambassador is you're at the forefront of that because, like, I have highly praised West Coast Main Line Birmingham to Crewe, and in my opinion, rightly, because, like, you know, it's a fantastic route. But yeah, the blurry textures aren't great. I think for me, I can see past the blurry textures. I mean, realistically, the blurry textures are on the train, which if you stay in the cab and do it realistically, you don't see anyway. And normally, if you've got motion blur on, it's kind of hard to tell anyway. But it's not great, and it should be fixed. And I know it's a long-standing issue, and it does need to be sorted. But I'm also well aware that something doesn't get sorted overnight, and they've probably tried fixing it, and they haven't found a way to fix it. So, you know, you have to give these things time. You know, things don't get fixed overnight. If you want to make I don't know. If you want to bake a cake, right, you know, if you're baking a cake, if you mix the ingredients, that's not baking the cake, is it? You need to put it in the oven and let it cook. You need to give it time. I see many bugs and glitches in Train Sim World, but that doesn't bother me because I still play and support Train Sim World. Well, there's bugs in every single game. There's bugs in every single game. I'm good, thanks you. I'm in Lancashire, just watching the sprint, then quali. Mrs. wanted me to wait for her to finish work, but she's dozed off, so I can, so she can bloody miss it now. I see you've not watched the sprint. The sprint were good. Qualifying were good as well. I went into the game room to turn on the heating, and I need to discover it's been on all night. Oh dear. That's going to be a bit of a hot box. I think one of Dovetail's best work is the Class 700. They need to show it off more with the new route. How you doing, Scania? I've just joined. What's going on? We are doing all things cross country. So I've been driving the cross country Voyager, and also the 170 just now on Birmingham Cross City, on routes it layers into. We started in Manchester. We drove down to Wilmslow. We then quote unquote route hopped between Wilmslow and Crewe. Then drove a Voyager from Crewe to Birmingham. We then drove a cross-country 170 from Birmingham to Bromsgrove, and now we're driving the final section of the line between Exeter and Plymouth in a Voyager once more. So we're doing all things cross-country tonight, because if you didn't already know, the Voyager layers into more than one route, layers into 4 different routes now, which I think is the first, I think, bar the Scotsman, I think this is the quickest, no, I tell a lie, I think the Voyager is one of the quickest core DLC which is laid into most places, because the Pendolino is only in 3 places, I think, maybe 4 with Cathcart Circle, but you can't play it, whereas the Voyager is now in 4 places, could be 5 if it got fixed in the 158 timetable for 5 Circle. Where else could it be? Potentially, in fact it's going to be on the Great Western Express remaster at Reading, so that's 6 it could be in. Cardiff with the Transport for Wales pack, that's 7. I'm trying to think where else could it go. Would they technically go to Glasgow? Would they run between? Wouldn't they run to Glasgow via Edinburgh Waverley? Possibly, I'm not sure. But if you want to be really pedantic, you could also see them at Edinburgh Waverley on Edinburgh Glasgow, so that's 8. Goodness gracious me, is there any more routes? Could potentially see it on East Coast Main Line Peterborough to Doncaster. At Doncaster, that's 9. I'm trying to think where else it could go now. Obviously Glossop Line, but that don't really count. I think that's pretty much it. If you want to really push the boat, you could put it on Brighton Main Line, because they used to go to Brighton way back when. So that's 9, technically. So it's boom. There's a lot of routes it could go into, which is quite cool. But I think for actual timetables it layers into, it is around about 4 as it stands. It's been an issue since the game began. That's why I ran CSX Heavy Haul last week. It's been there since 2017. What do you think? What do I think is better? The D9000, D1015, D213, or the D9015? I don't know what those are. Are they types of Scania? What's also funny is people getting stuck on platforms. Well, I find it really funny that you can glitch through some places. They run on the East Coast Main Line from York upwards. They run from Doncaster as well. They go there's Midland Main Line. You could have them on Midland Main Line as well. At Derby. That's 10 routes. I don't think there's anywhere else. I think there's all of them. Virgin ran voyages to Brighton in the 2000s. D9000 is a 55, D213 is a 40. See, I'm absolutely useless with stuff like that. You're much better at telling me the actual class numbers, not the actual sort of like alternative class numbers. No good with them. Is there going to be a preview stream for the Santa Fe gameplay pack? I don't think there's an official preview stream, no. But if I'm allowed to, I'll showcase it. They're both Deltic locomotives. D9000 is Royal Scots. D1915 being Toiler? Is that how you say that? 213 is a class 40, and 1015 is Western Champion 52. You know a lot more than me. I'm not overly good with older locomotives. I'm easy with modern stuff, but older locomotives I'm not very good with. I recently went on holiday to ride on trains across Devon and Cornwall, and I stayed in Teignmouth. You visited the North Norfolk Railway this year. Nice one. Yeah, there's a layer sheet if you want to know what layers are there. Check Discord General. I think a PRGG1 in Train Sim would be amazing. Still hope for a Deltic though. The DRS Class 20 looks nice. It does look nice. It's blue. I'm happy with that. Thought we'd have the keys. It doesn't come out till Thursday, doesn't it? So I can imagine it'll come out. We'll get them early next week. Dawlish Warren. Who's Warren? What's he doing there? I live near the North Norfolk Railway. I meant the 40 and 55 mentioned. Oh right, they both visited North Norfolk Railway. Right, got you. Enjoy your stream, Paul. I'll soon catch you in there in the next hour or so. Enjoy your stream. Can't wait for the DRS Class 20. You'd like to see a Quebec Canada route. I would like to see a Canada route. I'd like to see a Toronto commuter. I've always requested it and it's not happening. Come on, Go Transit, give us some nice bright green trains. Here's Door-ish. Dawlish. Piastri. Are you only just seeing it? Oh dear. You're in for a treat. More stuff in Canada would be epic, yeah. I want to see more Scottish stuff. Ayrshire Coastline when, please. I'd be up for an Intercity 125 in Old British Railway conditions with the Intercity liveries. Well, I have news for you. A farewell pack. Keep an eye out. More ScotRail is a must. I went to Devon a month ago and I got a 4-tone from a HSC at Teignmouth. You've done an OC Transpo livery on the Talents in Train Sim World. Definitely the best section of the route. It's a good section. It is a good section because it's high speed and also it's red. Go. Zooming around there. Bit too quick like. A Shinkansen in Train Sim World would be sick. Yeah, it'd be cool. But if you want a Shinkansen, just play the game Shinkansen. Pop. You'd also like a railjet and Train Sim World. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oakville Subdivision is still a gem. I've never played it. I've never actually played it. Is it on sale on PlayStation right now? Because if it is, I might get it. Whoa! Nice! Driven 220 miles in the Voyager. Ah, sick. Wow, this is probably like one of my most highly driven trains. Maybe do a leaf busting stream, Richie, with the RHDT. No. No. Would the Go Transit license be easy or hard for Dovetail to get a hold of? I think it's been quite difficult considering that we've still not got it. Imagine a Polar Express collab DLC for Trains World. Dear me. I hope not. Apologies, I was just responding to a message and we need to slow down a little bit now, don't we? My goodness. It would probably be simple controls like Thomas. I've just written down a bunch of services to drive in Train Sim World. I'm doing a thing on Google Earth trying to put every railway bridge in Great Britain. That sounds incredibly mundane, but each to their own. What's your thoughts on Amtrak's Avelia Liberty train? It looks pretty decent actually, I like the look of it. Isn't it the same ones that are being proposed for Virgin to bring across to the Eurostar or the Channel line or whatever it is? Do you think the fourth bridge is beautiful? I think it is. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. 1 second, peeps.
We are now approaching Newton Abbot.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
This is Newton Abbot. This is a cross-country service to Plymouth. The next station is Totnes.
Well, that was interesting. So, Shannon's just come in and asked me to say and then as the AWS was going off there, she stubbed the toe as she left the room. Now, I didn't say, I hope you're okay. I laughed because every single time we went to a few hotels over the summer and I kept stubbing my toe on the edge of the bed. And she kept saying, watch your toe, watch your toe, watch your toe. So I just turned around and went, watch your toe. How many friends in the gamer has made a bunch of cool Christmas liveries? Yeah, he's a really good YouTuber for liveries. He's actually one of the ambassadors as well. Harsh breaking. Yeah, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that. I weren't fully focusing. I'll put a picture of my progress in the Discord after the stream. RichyRail and Rich Tender. Right, let's go. All the beans, you've just arrived at Newton Abbot. I'm ahead of you now, nice one. There's literally I can see the fireworks flashing on my wall.
The next station is Totnes. This is a cross-country service to Plymouth.
Talent 2 is one of Germany's finest. Right, next stop Totnes in 7.4 miles. Let's go. You're catching up. It's a race. It'd be so cool if you could do split screen on this. I think it'd be brilliant. So, if there's one feature that you could see in Train Sim World, what would it be? Because I know a lot of people said announcements, a lot of people said random events. What features would you now like to see? There's a lot of bridges in Britain, Great Britain. I've had to, I had the Talkshift podcast help me focus. Oh my goodness gracious me, that were a loud one. Oi! I want to paint the inside of the trains in the livery designer. Yeah, so like doing like maquettes and stuff. That's a really cool one. I like the idea of that. I would like a timetable editor. I think that'd be really cool. A timetable editor would be good. I also, because of the recent mod, live weather could be quite a cool one. I think that'd be a really cool feature. You're approximately 12 seconds ahead of me. Ah, quick, go. Get away from Rex. I'm sorry, apologies if I keep going quiet. I've currently got my cousin messaging me and we're talking about pasta. So it leads me to say, what is everyone's favourite type of pasta? We're talking about, he's just said he's made a meal with penne pasta. And I said that's good, but you can't beat that shell pasta. So what's everyone's favourite type of pasta? Improved scenario planner that you can drive a service from all platforms. What do you think of the RichyRail's Pacer, Cursed? Engineering works are more incidents causing random events. Cries in Italian. You probably like farfalle or whatever it's called. Ravioli. Can't go wrong with that. But the sloppy stuff out of the can. Sorry for the radio silence, was busy making my mum's birthday present. Happy birthday to Bobman. I've actually made a RichyRail Pacer and put it on the Creators Club. Fusilli's, I think, is the one. Tantissimi. Never heard of that before. That's a new one. Bob Mum, yeah, Bob Mum. Just saw a lot of fireworks from my front door. It's so cool. Yeah, we tomorrow we've got some sparklers that we're gonna have in the garden, which is gonna be quite nice. Fusilini. Here's a good idea for Train Sim World. A couple of items that can handle British locos to American locos. Do you know what you need to do? Wait. When we get to Plymouth, remind me, peeps. I need to do something. My short's got 190 views and 3 likes. There you go. See, short form content's the way forward. Brain rot. Try posting 6-7 videos and you'll be doing good. Did anyone see the Met Office thing of them saying 6-7? 6-7 is not funny. Ah. Oh dear. I thought it was a good. I thought I was down with the kids. At least 370 didn't become a meme. No, 6-7, no, it's kind of meaningless, that meme. 21 is actually funny. What's 9 plus 10? 21? Shan's having a crisis over her toes. Here's a new move, introducing 2. Anything's funny when it's like even random letters of, I think, like dub and L. They're things as well. It's a better meme. Now the best meme is like 420. That's an OG meme, that. Talking of 21, we've got 28 likes, so thank you very much for all the likes, peeps. Much appreciated. Hope you've all enjoyed this journey. We've still got another half an hour to go, but I'm hoping you've all enjoyed this. It's been a good bit of fun. I like this idea, and then when Crewe Preston comes out, we can do a good long section of the West Coast main line. This whole 6-7 stuff is the first time I saw a meme that actually makes no sense. Been watching old school Vine comms. You missed it last night, Bob, when you headed off after the ETS and ATS stuff. But we were driving around ATS, and I saw a road, and it was like road work ahead, and I went, I'm sure, hope it does. 420, it's basically it's like a reference to like stuff, but like it's like a Snoop Dogg reference. I always enjoy your streams. You have a PowerPoint I have to present to my whole college class on Monday, and I'm kind of nervous. Yeah, I'm not really best to give advice because I'm terrible at giving like any PowerPoint presentation. I hate doing it, to be honest. So yeah, I know it's painful. My best advice though would be try not to look down at your notes, or try and keep eye contact with people. It's the only sort of advice I can give, really. For now, we can only do Birmingham to Liverpool. I sure hope it does. And then Shan said to me the other day, because of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica, I went, Hurricane Melissa? And she was like, more like Hurricane Tortilla. My favourite Vine / meme is, look at all those chickens. Oh, sick. Hold on. Let me stop here.
This is a cross-country service too.
That makes me happy. Welcome to Benji, who's just joined the Discord server, and apparently he likes eggs, so welcome aboard. Hope you're doing well. Shan's full of some good moments. She's had some one-liners, I'll tell you. I just repeated both of them as you said them. Have you watched the show called... No, I haven't. I haven't, no. But it sounds rude. You love the confetti cannons. Oh, so do I. I absolutely love them. I think they're fantastic. Can you get them from outside? That's the all important question. Oh, you can! Sick. Happy days. Very happy with that. I used to get confused with this place. I thought it was called Totten's. I didn't realise it was called Totnes until like 5 years ago. I remember walking past my first cannon at Plymouth. Had no idea what they were. Scared the explicit. Oh my goodness gracious me! Scared the shit out of you. That's what you're saying. I swear the weekend goes so quick. Yeah, it does. It does. No, it didn't mean no. I'm not saying it sounded. It just titty po. Titty. Off it goes to Plymouth. Let's get going. It's where you sit back and relax now as it flies along the route. You've got rain. Ah, no, not dynamic weather. Not dynamic weather. What's your thoughts on the F7 in Train Sim World? I've not really given it a go, so I have no opinion on it. It's an American train, and I'm not very good with American trains. Yeah, not dynamic weather. Always goes foggy or starts raining. Not a fan. Dynamic weather, train faults are two features I'm not right fussed about. Feels nice to have a Voyager in Train Sim World. I agree. It's a great thing to run. It really is. I very much enjoy it. As much as in real life the Voyagers are a bit like they could do with a clean. Like I was saying earlier, there is potentially 10 routes we've already got in Train Sim World which would see Voyagers on them, 4 of which have them. Do you know what I mean? Like 10 routes where a Voyager could come into if there's like a gameplay pack or whatever else. You know, it's pretty incredible. They're quite a robust unit. Like for example, Pendolinos are great, but you'd only see them on the West Coast main line. Flying Scotsman's great, but you'd only see them for a few services. For a train that does a lot of services, your best bet is something like this. It's annoying when it chucks it down in rain, you get train faults, and you fix it then and then spad at the end. Hi Kate, how you doing? Yeah, you're a little bit late. We're going to be ending in around about 25 minutes. But better late than never, eh? I really like this idea of all things cross country though. What about you lot? Have you enjoyed this idea? Would you like something similar? Would you like me to get West Cornwall local and, you know, some timetable things in there? Maybe get a timetable mod for 5 Circle or something like that. You know, we could expand on this. Now the routes the Voyagers need to layer onto our Middle Main Line Cathcart Circle, Edinburgh Glasgow 5 Circle and East Coast Main Line. West Cornwall local as well. Someone mentioned that one, and I think that'd be a really cool. I know it's the wrong era, but I wouldn't be opposed to it being, you know, modernised at all. I mean, they did it with Island Line. They upgraded that to 2022. So I think West Cornwall local modern day with the stock that we've got, absolutely 100%. I think that'd be a brilliant idea. This is the Riviera line. It is indeed. It is indeed the Riviera line. Stunner of a route. How about a Great Western Express modern day DLC? Well, I suppose we're kind of getting that with the remaster, but I don't really see too much of an issue with it going. I mean, it's theoretical, yes, because you've got the 802s, you've got the 150s, so theoretically, yes, it's possible. But also, I don't know. You'd have to think about the Elizabeth line and stuff like that. The rain is turning into snow. Oh dear. The Class 484 is great. I usually paint it in the D78 condition. But yeah, Great Western Express would have voyages on it at Reading. I'm trying to think where else you could see it. Wouldn't really see it in and around London too much anymore. Which I find interesting that voyages don't go to London anymore. You used to have the Avanti West Coast ones, but yeah, you don't have any that do that anymore, which is interesting. Could I just chip in regards with modern stock? I see the hype for the Avanti 805, but is there not a mod off Train Sim community that gives you one anyway? No, because the 805 mod is a reskin of actually an LNER 801, whereas the actual 805, I believe, is by I think it's tri-mode, isn't it? Because it's battery powered as well, I think. Anyway, there's a reason why it's a different subclass, and I can't remember. I couldn't tell you why, but obviously, you know, although it's the same shell, the 801 and the 802 and the 805 are the same shell, they are fundamentally different trains. So theoretically, from that point of view, yes, although you've got a mod for it, it actually makes it it's the actual 805 instead of it being a reskinned and modded 801. Grand Central has voyages to King Cross. I stand corrected. I should know this. I should know that, considering something that's happening soon. Not in Train Sim, obviously, just to do with the channel. Totally not a hint of sticking off trains. No, Grand Central have voyages. They still have quite a few. Ferrari won the World Endurance Championship 2025. Bloody hell, Ferrari won something. So I said we're getting an 805, the third IET. Yeah, we just need an 800 now. And an 803. And an 807. And an 810. I get the question, because you know, you could also say, well, isn't the 802 just basically a reskinned 801? No, it's not. It's been fully reworked. Because you've got to think as well, the train, like the internals of the train as well, like you look at, talking of which, here's one. So the 801 and the 802 internals are quite similar, whereas the 802 and the 805 are quite different. They've got different seats. Yeah, I don't see why we don't have an 800. Do you know what? I genuinely think a really good idea would be a Class 800 pack. LNER and GWR Class 800 pack. I think that would be a really, really good idea, because although it'd be, in addition to what we've already got or whatever, an LNER 800 could be used for 5-circle. It would be able to bring in, you'd be able to assign the 800s to the Lincoln services on the East Coast Main Line. It adds that extra bit of playability, and makes it a bit more, for a $5, I would not be against seeing an 800, an LNR and GWR 800, because they're the only two that we're missing. I also think as well, once the 805 comes to the game, will that mean that it's the newest train in Train Sim World? Because I think that they only came into service last year. But yeah, I think from a gameplay point of view, I think the LNER and Great Western Railway 800 would be a really, really good addition. Oh, boom. You'd want to see a single decker TGV. Heard Shan laugh in the distance. Yeah, she's on the phone to a friend. I love how there's just a random house that's setting off fireworks like once every hour. I'd like to see more French routes. I think more French routes would be a really good idea. I genuinely thought when Focus Entertainment came on board, I thought there was going to be more French routes, but no. More Dutch routes as well. I think that'd be absolutely 100%, yeah. More Dutch stuff. Would love more TGVs. But bloody hell, boom. Need some more TER stock. What a crash from Bortoletto. Done Stroll proud of that. Yeah, what a crash. To be fair though, you can see why he crashed, because he got onto the wet as he was trying to overtake. Yeah, it seems to be like in the stream about 4 fireworks have gone off outside, like at regular intervals. I'd rather that like one every 4 hours than like 4 hours constantly. Oh, boom. There we go, there's another. Out of all the services you've done, Richie, which is your favourite? What, tonight? If it's out of tonight's services, probably the Birmingham Crewe section. I like that route. I prefer that route over this one, to be honest. But it's because it's my stomping ground, it's high speed action. Can't go wrong with it. An Indian broad gauge route would be cool. My beard keeps getting stuck in my pop filter. Broke all 4 wheels off. That's some right quality now. That's some going. Right quality now. Oh yes, quality were good. Someone said that Walter-Lesso's DRS didn't crash before he didn't close before he crashed. Ah, that'll be it. If he had a DRS failure, then that's probably what's happened. Which makes you realise how dangerous DRS can actually be. Boom. Your all-time favourite service is 1v60. I thought that was this service for a minute. Oh, yawning. Voyager. There we go. I'd like to see an XPT training sim. It's basically an Australian HSD. I would like to see an Australian route. Paul has convinced me that his local line would be a really good one. DRS will be gone for 2026, so that should make it more fun. Yeah, it's going to be good in 2026. It's Abazance. Ooh, Abazance. Is that like one of the only Abazance services? Any route with a HST is great. Oh, boom. There we go. I heard that one go off. Castle Versberg being the longest route in train sim is proof that Tough Tail can make long routes. Yeah, but there's 3 stations on it. Yeah, this argument always annoys me because people don't realise that there's a ratio between station density and route mileage. So the longer a route becomes, the less stations it's going to have on the route. So sure, we could have 200-mile routes, but it'll probably be 1 station end to end. Because that's just how it works. Because, you know, to model a station is probably equivalent to like 1 or 2 miles of track. You've also, if you're going to throw in a new piece of rolling stock, you've got to consider that as well. So, you know, sure, it's great to have these long routes, but they won't have many stations on them. Like, arguably, I'm happy with a 20-mile route that's got like 15, like, boom. I like these 20-mile routes that have got like 25, 30 stations on them because there's more to do on them. If I'm honest, like the likes of like West Coast Mainline South, West Coast Mainline Birmingham Crewe are the perfect combinations in my opinion, because you've got 50 miles of route and then you've got around about 10 to 20 stations. I think that's perfect. You know, you've got Brighton Mainline around about 20 summit stations, 50 miles, pretty decent. Naverka Dresden, another example. You know, the perfect length sort of route, perfect station ratio as well. Yeah, Abazance doesn't run anymore. Abazance. I've never heard it referred to as Abazance. I think there's a few that go up to Dundee, but I think the Dundee service, the Dundee and Aberdeen services, they all go up from Birmingham. They all start and end at Birmingham. I get what you mean, Richie. I'm okay with any length just as long as the route is good. Yeah. Yeah, because a shorter route may be incredibly detailed, but a longer a route gets, the less detailed it becomes. You know, you've got to weigh it up, really. And it's all well and good asking for longer routes, but if you had a long route with 50 stations on it, then imagine how big that would be DLC-wise. You know, you look at the likes of West Coast Main Line Birmingham to Crewe, very highly detailed, 11 stations, 50 miles, 13 gigabytes. If you was to double that, right, 26 gigabyte, you're getting into standalone game territory there. Slow down for the 60. You went into neutral. I forgot that you're still racing me. And then everyone would complain about a reduced timetable. Exactly, you just can't win. They just can't. They try. You know what? As much as people say I'm a shill and whatever else, they do try their absolute best to give you the best possible gameplay with the stock that you've got. If I'm honest, Gen 8 needs to go. Gen 8 needs to be dropped because it's, you know, I were ready to move on from Gen 8 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's hardly any games now that are still making content for the PS4, and like I get it, there's a big section of audience that do that, whatever else. But there's been about 5 people that have come in here and said they're getting a PS5 for Christmas. You know, PS4s are dropping out, and that's fine. So it's a case that they're doing this drop Gen 8. Yeah, cash grab. Yeah, literally a free core game, cash grab. I know, ridiculous. And oh my god, something that devs have worked on for a route. Why can't routes be free? That's just not how it works. You're not going to get GTA for free, are you? I just don't understand how people expect everything to be free. Nothing's free nowadays. I mean, we're about 1 or 2 years away from a PS6 coming out, and people are still, you know, people are still playing on a PS4. It's time to move on, in my opinion. I think it was time to move on for Train Sim World 3, to be honest. I agree. If there is a Train Sim World 7, then I think Gen 8 should be dropped from it 100%. All I'll say, Rex, is keep working hard and you might get them for free. Slow down. Right, there's something I want to try when I get to Plymouth, and it's going to be a nice surprise for you lot because, yeah, I know a lot of people have asked me this. Train to 1.6 core routes are great. They are great indeed. Yeah, Rex, branch out. Get a TikTok account. Get a Facebook account for your YouTube stuff. and it'll be good to share your stuff around.
The gap between the train and the platform and take care.
Apologies for the radio silence from me enjoying the run. Yeah, of course, Cucumbers. How are you doing? Cucumbers, I've got a technical question for you. How on earth do you redirect someone on a live stream? Like, for example, like, do you know when people like redirect people from one live stream to another? How do you do it? Because I would like to redirect people to Paul's live stream, but I don't know how to do that for a YouTube studio because I'm dumb. Right, we're coming into Plymouth, the end of the run. We've driven a Voyager across the country. Yeah, that's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this. This has been an interesting idea that I've thought of this morning, and yeah, it's worked out quite well. So we could do this with similar things. I'd like to go further in both directions. Maybe start at 5 Circle and go down towards Penzance. That would be really cool. Yeah, there's different ideas that we can do with this. So yeah, very cool indeed. There is one more thing I would like to try out though. You went to Britannia at night when it was at Norfolk Railway with my mate. Nice one.
Service to Plymouth.
Plymouth. This train terminates here. HST, yes, HST. Stunning, ain't it? HST. We've got to wait till then. Maybe a TSC TSW hybrid stream with something like this, more coverage. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I like the idea. Like for the West Coast Main Line, because there is an idea for a West Coast Main Line stream, but obviously we're missing a big chunk of it between Milton Keynes and Birmingham. So, whoa, Shed. Well, hey, Shed. What are you doing here? Good old Shed. We should do a freight stream one time. I've not actually. I know we're doing one Wednesday, but yeah, a freight stream would be really good. Go to the live stream customization. It's in there. Where's that? Sorry. Is that in the live studio? Oh wait, hold on. Got you. Ah! Add a redirect. Ah, okay. So if I do that, hopefully, we should still be live, but hopefully, that should be all good. You like the Class 66? Yeah, it's in the studio. I've got it. You're going to compare the Leipzig ICET with the Frankfurt ICET. Nice one. Right then. Cool. Return to free roam. Is there anything we can do? No, that's not due to go anywhere. So, something I've wanted to try for a very long time, and I know a lot of you have been asking for it as well. So let me just do that. It's very noisy around here, so I'm thinking, should I spawn it in somewhere else? Yeah, I'm gonna spawn it in somewhere else. Guess this is about to end. Yeah, we're doing one more thing. One more thing. I wanted to test it, and I've been waiting for this moment to do it. Let me jump into free roam. We'll go into St David's. That's fine. Right. I hope. Do you all know where we're going with this? Someone asked me a question once, and I said, "Leave it with me. I'm going to see whether it'll do it." Better late than never, indeed. Better late than never. Right. Bring in a Voyager. Where's that's? Oh yeah, Voyager. There we go. Bring that in. Spawn that in there. Happy days. Oh poo. Oh poo. Right.
The next train
There we go. Right. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Can a ROG 37? Can a ROG 37 pull a Voyager? I've waited so long to do this. I got it. I got it. Right. Happy days. Happy days. It's happening. It's happening, peeps. The moment of truth. The moment of truth. He's got it. He's only gone and got it. Right. Are you ready for this? This is the short. You're all involved in a short right now. So, can a ROG 37 pull a Voyager? Let's find out. Let's release the brakes. Let's first try and couple up. That doesn't look like it's going to work to me. That's a little bit... no, that's a bit too high. No, it's not going to work, is it? It works! No way. No way. I thought that weren't going to couple then. So it's a question of, will it pull it? Will it pull it? Let's set our path somewhere. Let's go down here. Let's actually go to here. We need to wait for that light to clear. But here we go. So we're coupled up. We've coupled up and it's worked. But will it pull it or will it just decouple? Right. All the beans. Let's go. Can it pull it? Come on. Moment of truth. Go. Oh, no, it's not going. Wait, hold on. Maybe try it gently. Just a bit of gentle throttle. No, it's going backwards. It's going back. Oh, wait, no, don't go backwards. No, stop. Maybe it'll help if we did this. Right, let's try that again. Let's stop going backwards, right, and let's go forwards. Will it pull the Voyager? I think it will, you know. I think it will. It's moving! It's moving the Voyager! There you go. A ROG 37 can pull a Voyager. Happy days. The moment of truth. The answer has finally been answered. The question even. The question has finally been answered. Do you know what you need to do? Right, a little flyby shot of this. Look at it go. The Voyager is being pulled by something else because it's a cancelled service, and that's pretty standard across country. That has made me a very happy man. Oh, that was worth a fiver, I tell you. Happy days. That's it. There you go. A ROG 37 can pull a Voyager. The question has finally been answered. Give it some thrash. Sure, why not? Let's full beans it. Let's full beans it straight to St Thomas. This is how you uncancel a cross-country service. Just get a ROG 37. Just casually pull one out of your garage. Is this going to be a short? Probably. Probably. I've been waiting for years to do this. Nice one. Happy days. It can be done. Let's stop. 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 And we're going to spad. There we go. I mean, that was an intentional spad. Your Scottish numpty. Yeah, the new handle system confuses the life out of me too. Anyway, right, we answered the age-old question of will it pull the ROG 37, and it does. Right then, that's driving all things cross country. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. There's certainly ways I'd like to expand on that in future. And, if more routes come with Voyagers on it, then we'll certainly give them a go. Just for general bits of admin... spad. Yeah, listen. That was I meant to spad. That was intended, 100%. Just pull a ROG 37 out of your garage. Yeah, 100%. The GWR 150 driver is like, hell nah. Of course. Yeah, so general bits of admin from me. The next stream will be Wednesday night, where we'll be doing the Santa Fe gameplay pack on Compass. First time driving some American freight, so it's going to be a good bit of fun. So you can teach me the ways if you know a little bit about that. So a little bit different on Wednesday. Hopefully it's something that you enjoy. As for video bits of admin, there is a video on Monday of something I'm very, very excited to show off. So please tune in for that. I think a few people have an idea of what's coming out on Monday. But yeah, there's something very, very exciting there's a video on. And then I'm planning as well, hopefully all being well, for Ticking Off Trains to return next week. It'll either return next week or early the week after. And let's say the video is going to be grand. I'll leave it there. Anyway, thank you all for watching tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Monday video, yes, Monday video. It'll all to be revealed. I filmed it today, and I was going to film it earlier on in the week, but I filmed it today and I was very happy with it. So it's going to be cool. But yeah, thank you all for coming in tonight. Have a good rest of your weekend. Hopefully the fireworks aren't too loud for you. Any hints? No. No hints. You'll see. I'll put a picture on tomorrow somewhere, and you'll have to kind of guess what that is. But yeah. I joined to say goodbye. I know. It's as if 3 hours wasn't long enough. But thank you for coming in, albeit for 2 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to put a redirect link into Paul's stream, so I may be joining him in voice chat. I'm not too sure what I'm doing yet. I need to have a coffee and figure out my life and see what I'm doing. So you may see me in Paul's live stream in about half an hour's time. But he's doing some Subway Sim, so go and check him out for a bit. There will be a redirect link for you to go and check him out. But yeah, thank you all for coming in tonight. Much appreciate your time. And yeah, I'll see you all Wednesday. Bye-bye.